Hello. So I thought I would film an update because it has been a few weeks and I'm looking all snazzy with the lipstick and everything. So, I just had to go into work today and I've been rocking some lipstick lately. Anyway, I digress. So I thought that I would film an update because it's been a few weeks. So I've just started week 25 of prep and my first show is 6 weeks away. It's currently the 12th of March and my show is, the first show, ICN show, is on the 24th of April. I don't know if I'm going to be ready in time, let's be honest. I am currently sitting, my weight is jumping from 56 to 57 kilos, which is fine. I'm actually really happy with how I look at the moment. If I wasn't in prep for a physique competition, I'd be just happy to stay where I am, just maintain here. I feel very comfortable in my body at the moment. And I'm very happy with that. But I am in preparation for a physique competition and I am nowhere near. Okay, that's not fair. I am getting nearer, I'm getting closer to stage ready, but I'm still several kilos away from where I ideally should be. I got my latest update from Karina, my coach, this morning, and she wants me to drop 10 pounds, which is about 5 kilos, which is also what I want to do. I'm aiming for 50 kilos. So now that we've got 6 weeks to get there, and I have about 6 to 7 kilos to lose. So if I sit anywhere between 50 to 52 kilos, I think I'll be pretty good. But in order to get there by the 24th of April, we're really now getting, I was feeling grindy already. The last few weeks have been challenging. The last week in particular has been challenging. It's just all been catching up. But now it's gonna get real fucking dirty. So this is an adventure I've never been on before. We're gonna find out just exactly how much I can handle with this. I already have been pushing myself in ways that I never have before. And so this is gonna get even more intense. So a breakdown of my week at the moment is Monday, Tuesday is weight training and cardio in the morning. Then Wednesday is cardio after work. Then Thursday, Friday is weight training. Except today's Friday, but the gym has been closed for COVID clean out. And I'm kind of just really needing a rest day, so I'm granting myself that this week. But usually I would be at the gym at the moment doing upper body. Then Saturday, Sunday is like longer cardio sessions and also posing. So definitely a posing class one of those days. And then about once a month I'll have a private. And I have a private coming up this Sunday. So that's how my week is looking. I've been trying to give myself Sunday as a rest day, but now my cardio has just been up to 230 minutes for the week. So I need the weekends to get the majority of my cardio done. A lot of my gym... I'm swearing my way through my gym sessions because I'm just fucking exhausted all the time. So I'll get through a set and when I'm like getting off the machine or I'm dropping the weights or whatever, I'm like, fuck you. And it's just a nice little release, but it's also a way for me to just kind of laugh at myself. I think it's really healthy to be able to laugh at yourself. I don't think it's healthy at all to take yourself completely seriously. This shouldn't be taken completely seriously, yet I am serious about it, but I think it's very healthy to also laugh at it. And particularly with just how exhausted I feel and the need I've had to stop and have a little cry when I'm at the gym just because I'm so fucking tired. It's good to be able to laugh at yourself and to keep things light. So I've been doing that, and Karina brought up a really good point about how they've actually done studies on swearing, the effects of swearing, like the physiological effects of swearing, and how it does actually act as a stress release. So I'll definitely be definitely taking advantage of that. Some people at my gym might think I'm a little crazy, but then also not. It's not like everyone there just does their own thing. Nobody fucking cares. And it's not like I'm screaming it out. It's all very under my breath kind of thing. And I go at a time where there's maybe like 2 or 3 other people in the gym, so it's fine. If anyone was to say anything, I'd just laugh along with them anyway. And you know, it's been funny, a few people have like made comments about me. So I practice posing every day at the gym, and some people have made little jokes about me, you know, running a circuit or just doing some exercise or running around or whatever in my heels, and I just go along with the joke and, you know, make a witty remark back, because why not? Like, fuck it. So I've been practicing at the gym, and I do it regardless of who's around, because it's also a way for me to get beyond that self-consciousness, though I'm really not worried about the stage. I feel like, I mean, I know that's going to be very different on the day. There is going to be some nerves, and that's okay. That's very normal, and I think that's a good thing. I would feel that way before each show with Myra. Like, the nerves weren't debilitating. I wasn't stressing about it, but I'd feel a bit of a rush of adrenaline and excitement and a bit of nervous excitement before playing a gig, and I always thought that was a good thing, because, you know, you're amped up and you're excited about it. So I know I'll be like that on the day. I'll move quicker than I want to, so I'm trying to keep that in mind when I'm posing, to slow down and to keep a slower rhythm, so that when I'm on stage, me going faster isn't going to be too fast. Whereas if I'm like posing at a fast pace now, then I'm going to just be like really shooting through my routine, and I don't want to do that. When I take my time, I want to be slow, methodical, not too slow, obviously. You don't want to be holding everyone up, and you don't want to be drawing that attention to yourself where you're like being too slow. You want to draw attention to yourself for the right reasons. So that being the effortlessness of your posing and your physique and your hair and makeup and everything, and your tan and that kind of thing. So posing right now is really the main focus. I'm still pushing hard in the gym, but they're not stellar workouts, and I don't expect them to be at this moment. Really, it's just about getting it done. All my workouts at the moment are really about staying in a caloric deficit. So, you know, my energy output is greater than my energy input. And also to maintain as much muscle mass as I can, because being in a deficit, you lose muscle mass. And keeping protein high is about trying to keep as much muscle mass as possible. And plus, a high protein diet is good for leaning out. So my protein is sitting between 130 to 140, depending on whether it's a refeed day or not. On my refeed days, my protein drops to 130 and my carbs increase, and my fats a little. And then most days my protein is at 140 and my fats drop a little bit, and carbs drop a bit. I was going to go into my macro split beyond my protein, but I won't. Even me giving my protein numbers is a bad idea, because it's very specific to me, to my diet history, how I've been eating the last couple of years, or that kind of thing. So your macro split should be tailored specifically to you, and the way you have been eating plays a big part of that breakdown, as well as things like food intolerances. Like I don't do well on ridiculously high carbs. So for example, my carbs are quite low, but I know of other competitors whose carbs are quite high because their body just tolerates carbohydrates better than mine does. And that's just a blanket statement. It's more specific types of carbohydrates that my body doesn't do great with. Everybody needs glucose, for example, and it's what your body breaks all of the sugars down to and uses that up for energy. That's why a lot of like endurance athletes will have glucose drinks or glucose lollies, because it just basically goes straight into the bloodstream and then that gets taken up by the muscles. So anyway, don't need to be giving a nutrition/biology lesson. So outside of prep, I don't really have much time for anything else. I work and train and practice posing. That's pretty much my life at the moment. But that's okay, it keeps me busy. I'm not complaining about it at all. I actually really like it. I do well when I'm busy. I do well when I've got something to focus the majority of my time on, something that feeds my soul. I do well in this scenario. Outside of like just the physical exhaustion, I feel fucking great. I feel like I'm in a really good place. I'm taking care of myself emotionally and physically, and I'm just treating myself much better than I ever have before. And that is all intentional, because a big part of this has been, it really teaches you about how much you can endure. I know that I'm a strong person, but you know, we are our worst critics. Nobody is harder on us than ourselves, unless you're in an unfortunate situation with someone else. But this really forces me to look after myself in ways that I've not before, but this is also something that I want to do as well. Prep has made me reevaluate certain things in my life that I have either taken for granted or have persisted with that I don't do well with or don't have the healthiest relationship with. One of those things being alcohol. I've not drunk anything now for 6 months, and my plan for the rest of 2021 is that it's just going to be an alcohol-free year and potentially extending beyond that. Because there have been times where, you know, this stuff gets intense, and normally I would drink, just like a lot of people do, to alleviate the stress. Alcohol is a stress reliever. It's why a lot of people drink, but it really highlighted to me how much I have relied on that too much in the past. And so not being able to drink during prep because it's a waste of calories. I need those calories. It's not just the calories, it's also that they are empty calories from alcohol, because it's not adding any additional nutritional benefits. There are no nutrients involved. There's no vitamins or minerals or anything like that. It's an energy source, that's about it. It's a dense energy source too. It's easy to overconsume calories when you're drinking them. It's also highlighted just how negatively it affects my mental health when I'm consuming it on a regular basis. So it's at the point now where I basically consider that I have quit for good, but I'm also open to that changing. I don't know how I'm going to feel in 5 years' time. If I can be at a stage where I have like one, this is going to make me sound like I'm a rampant alcoholic, which I'm not. I just have, if I'm in a bad space, I don't have a healthy relationship with it. And that's just me being completely and blatantly honest about it. when I'm going through a hard time in my life, alcohol is like an abusive friend who encourages you to do things that you shouldn't do under the guise of it being fun, but it's actually not fun. So I've been having a lot of fun socially without alcohol, which has been a big deal for me. Anyone who has any kind of social anxiety understands what that's like. But being able to have fun with people without it also just makes me realize just like I'm fine in social situations. That idea of me is outdated. So I'm meeting a lot of ideas about myself which no longer stand up. They don't hold true. Very proud of myself. I'm very proud of myself. I'm doing amazingly well. And I feel very solid and grounded in myself. And for the first time in my life, I'm like, I really like who I am, and I love, and as corny as it sounds, I do love myself, which is a big fucking deal. And I don't think I would have gotten there without all this weight training, without going down this road of weight training and comp prep and all that. Because when people say that it's a transformative process, they're not being facetious and they're not joking. It sounds fucking cheesy as and you know, you read about or you hear people talking about it, you're like, yeah, okay, whatever. But then you actually go down that road and you're like, oh, yeah, nope. They were absolutely 100% onto something here. It changes the way you treat yourself. It changes the way you look at yourself and your life. And then that also changes the way you look at other people. So I'm very grateful for all of that because I just feel like it's just making me a better person in the end. Not just for myself, but also for the people around me. And I think that's a wonderful thing. And so I'm going to end that here because it's getting super corny. Which is fine. It's fine. It's kind of cheesy, but it's also very true. I'm being very honest here. And there's always a level of discomfort with that because it kind of feels like you're giving some cheesy speech that occurs before the climax of some fucking film. So anyway, it's all good. Anyway, I will update again as it's getting closer to the 24th of April, and we'll see how I'm looking because I'm not going to compete if I'm not stage ready. So there are other shows coming up in July, September and October that I'm definitely going to do because I will definitely be ready by that time. But for April, we'll see. So I will of course be sharing not everything, but you know, sharing regularly on the socials with you all as to how it's all going. And I'll film another update soon, and then hopefully in 6 weeks time I'll be doing, you know, just live stuff on the day and sharing that with you all then. So we'll see, but that's the journey so far. Wish me luck. The next few weeks are going to be very interesting. But I'm up for the challenge. This is what I signed up for, so it's just about getting it done. And it is now 5 o'clock. I'm going to eat soon. Hooray! Food! Yes, I'm going to sign off and I'll leave you here.